I didn't know I was black till I moved to the UK. But yeah, I was 14. I was just a boy that likes a girl. I wasn't a black boy that liked a girl.
Where does your sense of self come from?
I think I've lived a very colourful life. Like I've lived 1,000 lives. I have such a unique insight. I can see all. I can understand everyone's perspective.
What's going on in your life at that time?
I was growing in real time, trying to make sense of life outside of music as well as inside music. Most of that album was written while I was on tour. I was on tour for like 4 years straight.
Have you ever fallen out of love with music?
I feel more like a medium than an artist. Writing for me feels more like remembering a song than creating one. I don't deserve to write any of the songs I write. My friend didn't get a chance to. He passed away when he was 21. So
what's next musically? Jacob Banks makes music that feels ancient and futuristic all at once. He's got this baritone that feels forged in gospel fire, and these beats that swing from West African rhythm to UK garage, from blues grit to widescreen cinematic soul. Born in Nigeria, raised in the UK, and trained as a civil engineer before pursuing music at 21, Jacob's path has always been shaped by the villages he's moved through. His 2018 debut album Village is a manifesto about identity, survival, heartache, and belonging. It's a record that has since clocked more than 300 million streams worldwide, and it's carried him from early SoundCloud uploads to sold-out headline tours across Europe, America, Australia, from FIFA soundtracks and global ad campaigns to syncs in Lucifer, Suits, and Netflix dramas. He's released 2 albums, an EP, and a 3-part anthology since then. But today, we're putting Village under the microscope. The heartbreak, the storytelling, the risks, and the palette of sound that still resonates 7 years later.
Tidy.
Tidy.
Well done.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. I was actually having a laugh because I was watching this interview that you did, and you're very honest about it. You talk about how Disney films inspired you, and you love bands, Britpop like Westlife. And I was like, if Jacob motherfucking Banks can come out and love that Disney film stuff, then I can come out and say I love Hanson.
That's not the same.
It's not, but I felt embarrassed about it before.
But you should never. Like if
Because they're not cool.
whose standard? Who decides what cool is?
True.
Yeah, who's metric?
Hanson makes me feel really happy, and I love that they're 3 brothers that have never done anything mean or bad to anybody.
Yeah, that's good. If you like it, I love it. It's cool. Yeah, man.
You still love Disney films?
Still, always. I'm currently obsessed. I don't think people talk about Coco enough.
Oh yeah.
I think it came out around the same time as Frozen, so I think it got lost in that era. But like Coco is breathtaking, like beautiful story, and the songs are amazing. There's a guy in there called Ernesto de la Cruz, who is my arch nemesis. Like if I ever see him on road, it's up. It's up with me and Ernesto till I die.
What is the character? What is he?
He's a pussyo. That's what he is. But if I ever see him, he knows. He knows it's up. But yeah, just watch Coco and you get it.
Okay. Amazing. And still into Westlife, you feel the music
Still,
stands up?
always.
I actually love Westlife and Boyzone.
Always, man. It's not one of those like, it's not like a quirky answer. Like I genuinely think that the songs are beautiful, and I think they did an incredible job. And it's such a massive part of my childhood, massive part of my introduction to music, to pop culture, and yeah, man, I'll always be a massive fan.
I love this, and I feel like when you're where you feel like a true music fan, and there's these massive songs or these massive bands, and you say, "No, that's not cool." It's like billions of people say, "Yes, it is." So don't pretend like you're too cool for school.
No, you're not. There's also like, as an artist, I'm listening to learn. So like, I'm always trying to find, like, if everybody likes it, I have to be able to understand why it's liked. Even if I don't like it, I should be able to identify why this works. Even if I don't want it for myself, it just as a student, as someone that works here, you should be able to identify why does this move people, and what lessons can I take from that or avoid from that. So yeah, I'm always trying to pay attention to see what works.
And that's what I want to understand about you and Village, because when I listen to that record, it is a visceral feeling. I can feel the emotions that you're going through without knowing what you're singing about. Like, I can genuinely feel sorrow and joy and struggle as well. So I'd love to know, like, take me back to the time of writing Village, before you'd released 3 EPs, you'd got this audience that's waiting for a debut record. People are watching you. Like, what's going on in your life at that time?
I was on a major label at the time. I think I was doing the rounds, doing like the LA sessions, the Nashville sessions, and like I was growing in real time, and I could feel like going from session to session, like I'm getting it, like I'm understanding what my limits are, and but I'm also still very young. I'm like trying to make sense of life outside of music as well as inside music. But it was just a very fun time for me. I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed the friendships. I enjoyed, and most of that album was written while I was on tour. I was on tour for like 4 years straight. So it'll be like sessions for like 3 months, tour for 6 months, come back, write again. So I got to take these songs on the road and see how they live, how I could improve them. I got a chance to live with these songs before I had to like finish them. It was just a really special time. Like I never listen back. Like I haven't thought about Village till you mentioned it. Like I don't, like it's like a yearbook photo.
Yeah.
Like it's just this thing that happened that I'm grateful for. I pay homage to that version of me that allowed this version of me to exist. But I don't look back. I never do. It's just like, it's already happened now. And it's not mine anymore. And once it comes out, I don't feel a connection to it on a deeper level anymore. I feel like it's now yours to take care of. Like I've done my part, and I'm going to see what else is out there that I can find.
I can understand that, but it also blows my mind because so much of you is in that. And then I get it. You release it and it becomes ours, and we put our own experiences to it, and we attach our life to it in ways that you will never understand. But not revisiting that and feeling less tied to it, that's so interesting when it was so much a part of you. Like, I mean, there's very strong messages in there that I would love to go through, but yeah, you're blowing my mind.
Yeah, we go through them, but it's just, I don't know why. I don't know if this is a regular thing for musicians or not, but for me, it's just always felt like, cool, I have paid homage to that version of me. Now let's see what else is out there. And I still play these songs on shows and whatever. And over the years, they take on new meanings. Like these songs, thank God, they have to take on new meanings, because it's like being on stage and you're singing these songs feels like opening a wound over and over again for entertainment.
Peace of mind is like that for me.
Yeah, so I have to like, every time I get a new memory to replace the old one, I'm like, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least it's not what it once was, and this one hurts a little less, and then hurts a little less, and then eventually it's just fine.
Was there an overall message in Village that you wanted to convey?
Yeah, I wanted to pay homage to the lives that I've lived. I think I've lived a very colorful life, and that at the time I thought was an inconvenience, but it's given me I have such a unique insight to everybody else that I know. Like I've lived 1,000 lives, and it just allows me to see so many more colors. I can see it all. I can understand everyone's perspective. So when I approach my music, I have like a whole palette to choose from that all feel genuine. Like I don't ever feel like, oh, like if I wanted to speak from a point of view of African-inspired music, I can, because I was born there. If I want to speak from the point of view of, drum and bass, or like, or dubstep, I grew up there. If I want to speak from the point of view of UK culture, if I want to speak from the point of view of UK youth culture, which is predominantly Caribbean, if I want to speak from that perspective, I can. Like, I have genuine ties to so many places. So when I want to tell my story, I have so many more words to choose from than an average person. So it's been a massive gift. So when I was making the album, it was important for me to pay homage to all these stories that I get to tell.
What does that do to your sense of self, having been raised, and I know the record is called Village because it's that saying, it takes a village, being raised in two very different countries, and then in pockets of those countries that are so differing as well, and tapping into all these different cultures and stuff. Where does your sense of self come from?
I think just experiences. I think as I try to always ask myself questions, like, it's to really check in with myself and to see how things make me feel. And like, say for example, this is a weird thing to explain, but like, growing up in Nigeria, I didn't know I was black till I moved to the UK. And
how old you were in your teenager, right?
Yeah, I was 14. So I just I existed as, like, I knew I was black, but I didn't exist within the Western understanding of blackness. I was just a boy that likes a girl. I wasn't a black boy that liked a girl. I was a boy that went to school. I wasn't a black boy that went. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's nuances like that. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have not have to deal with that level of understanding for so much of my life.
Yeah.
And when I had to, I think, probably better equipped to deal with it. But at the same time, it's a shock to your system.
And you're 14.
Yeah.
These are the formative years. You're figuring out yourself. Hormones are rushing through your body, and all of that.
And it's also moving. It's a moving target. Like, what blackness looks like, or what youth looks like, or what cool looks like. It's a moving target. So what's cool one summer could be hideous the following, and you're trying to like catch up. And so I think like those type of experiences is what I'm talking about. Like those nuances, I feel very privileged to have had them now. At the time, not so much, but I'm grateful to have had these reference points. So I have to always check in with myself to be like, okay, what's going on here, and see how what lessons I can take from it.
Yeah. You're the oldest of
I'm the eldest of four.
4 siblings, yeah. So were you helping your other siblings navigate that because you went through it first,
yeah,
I guess?
And luckily there was a few of us, just not outside of my siblings. I have like my god siblings. We all kind of moved at the same time, but like I'm the eldest amongst all of us, so it's as well as living it, you're having to like share your notes like quickly, like, oh, I've learned this, and you have to run back to everyone, hey, whatever you do, don't say this. Like they hate it if you say this. So
I learned the hard way.
Yeah. And then everyone's comparing notes, and my parents are busy surviving, so they're not able to even like, they're busy trying to figure out their world within their friends and whatever. So, but it's not a sad story.
No, I can't even imagine. I mean, I moved over from New Zealand when I was 14 as well, and I lost my accent within the first year. And the reason was I stood up in school and they asked me to read something, and everyone went, when I started speaking with my Kiwi accent, and I was like, noted, not good. Let's change this.
Man,
it's a
crazy.
very different experience to yours, and I would never compare it. But that feeling of I'm going to need to code switch, or I'm going to need to try and assimilate, I can understand.
Yeah, I remember it was a history class. It just didn't happen to me, thankfully. One of my best friends, everyone was talking about what they watched over like the weekend on TV, and everybody was just sharing their thoughts. and he's Nigerian like me, and he said, "Oh, I watch Power Rangers," and you would have thought he said he killed someone. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's so dead," and it's just like, what's going on? Like, we were just sharing, and also it's like, I know you also watch Power Rangers. I don't know why we're all acting
Don't
cool.
pretend.
Yeah, like
It's good.
yeah, you love Power Rangers, but it's just stuff like just learning on the fly, of like just trying to be, just I think the worst thing that could happen to you as a kid is you standing out in any way. If you're too smart, you get bullied. If you're not smart enough, you get bullied. If you're too fly, you get bullied. If you're not fly, everyone's just trying to find this ever moving goalpost of like this middle ground. And it was a really interesting time, but we made it.
And then it kind of switches. I feel like post high school, everyone wants to stand out and wants to be seen as an individual. I was thinking about that, saying, it takes a village, and I wondered if you think it takes a village to raise a child, and I wonder if you think of it from the other perspective. It takes a village to neglect a child. It takes a village to radicalize a child, like raise them positively and negatively.
There's a phrase that says, if a child does not feel the warmth of the village, he will burn it to feel the warmth of the village. Something like that. Yeah. It's a lot cooler, whoever said it.
No, that's a good one.
It's along those lines. So I think it is like if people keep knocking and knocking, they don't get the love that they feel like they want, then the village becomes at risk because that person needs to feel something some way. But I think it definitely takes a village to raise a child. I think more importantly at this point in my life, I'm trying to be the village.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to be the village for the people in my life. I think it's more, like I put a lot of effort in my day-to-day to try to be a village for people, whether in music, in my day-to-day. I think everybody wants to be raised by a village, but people don't want to be said village.
The one doing it.
Yeah.
It's a big responsibility. Why do you feel like, I guess your whole life has led you to this? That kind of makes sense to me now. Is that why you've taken on this mental responsibility of being the village?
Yeah, I think someone has to. And I also think it's the best way to be, the best way to be a part of the village is to take on that responsibility. I think, and also the village was really kind to me growing up. The least I could do is pay it forward, and be that for people in my life and people around the world who need support in general. Call out, all kinds of fuckers when you see them, and support people where you can. And just try to be what the world was for me.
That's really noble and cool. And if everyone thought that way, the world would be a much better place. So the first song on Village is your massive single, Chain Smoking. Obviously, it had gone so well and the world knew it. Mm-hmm. But tell me about the decision to start with this raw, like, chain gang, like, gritty song.
I have this crippling fear of being performative, or coming across as inauthentic. So I always try to start with, because I don't want you to be 7 tracks into an album then be like, this brother's weird. So I like to start with a really weird song. So I want you to know, just so you know, if you're going to continue listening, there's a chance it's gonna get tricky somewhere. So off the jump, we're gonna get mad tricky, and then we might simmer down, or we might not. But I want to give you the opportunity to listen to another album early, and that's what Chainsmoking was. I wanted people to introduce myself to the world as someone who isn't trying to make I don't know, whatever's called conventional. I want to approach music in a way that feels authentic to me and my experiences, and I understand my voice can date me, and I grew up listening to soulful music, but I also loved Chasing Status. I loved, Skrillex. I loved I love synths, I love James Blake, and I wanted those worlds to meet, and then I was able to come up with stuff like Chainsmoking. So I wanted that to be my first. Hear this first. If you can survive this song, there's so much more fun.
Did it blow your mind then that seems to be the song everyone has latched onto? In my mind, it's the one people have latched onto the hardest.
Yeah, I think it's the song that really allowed me to exist, I would say. I think everything else takes their mark from that one. I think it allowed me to be like, oh yeah, like this is me, I'm Jacob Bankston, this is what I do. But yeah, it's odd knowing I'm gonna have to play that song forever.
But you can put other meanings on it, remember?
Yeah, but it's also like, yeah, it's a fun song to play. I feel like a rock star when I play it, so I never shy away from performing that song. But it's always nuts to be like, these songs were written in someone's spare bedroom in LA, and then they mean so much and they've existed for so long.
Whose spare bedroom in LA?
It was a guy called Stint. His producer, his name is Stint, and it was written with, I don't know if you know him, but a good friend of mine called JP Sachs. You do know him. You don't think you do.
I know his work.
Yeah, you know his work. Yeah, JP Sachs is dope, and yeah, I started writing that song. I was playing FIFA, I think. Yeah, I was playing FIFA, and I'd heard the name of the band Chainsmokers, which is funny because people always make a reference to Chainsmokers because the song's called Chainsmoking, but I'm like, you're actually correct. I liked the words, so I title songs before I write them. I love like words or whatever, so when I heard the name Chainsmokers, it's like, oh, Chainsmoking's a really cool word, and I wrote the line, Chainsmoking your love, and then came up with the song from there, and here we are.
Tell me about the FIFA tie-in, because that world loves you. You've got a lot of sync deals in that world with games and everything.
Those are really cool for me. Like, syncs in general are incredible. They pay really well.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Do you get to choose? Do you say yes or no?
Yeah, you get to say yes or no if you want. I haven't said no yet. Just take every check. Mm-hmm. But eventually I will. But it's really special when it's something that I use in my day-to-day. Like I play FIFA. I've had songs on like Game of Thrones, things that I actually indulge in, to be a part of it, or I enjoy those pat on the backs. They feel really special to be like recognized by something that I'm genuinely a fan of. It's always really cool.
But going back to Chainsmoking, so you came up with the title first. Yeah. Then what happened? What did you sit down to write?
I just wrote the hook. I wrote the hook just like a cappella, and then I took it to a few producers, and I just couldn't get it right. And then I took it to Stint, or AJ, this is his real name. And we did it in like 20, 30 minutes. It was just felt natural. And we were able to do it, and it did what it did.
For so many people.
Yeah.
What was the message you wanted to get across with that song, and was it received?
I don't think. Me and my band were talking about this yesterday. I think you put so much effort into like what you want songs to mean, and no one gives a shit.
Lies.
They do in a way that matters, which is all that matters is what you think the song means. So no one ever takes what I wrote about to. I've never heard anyone share the same meaning. People naturally hear what they need, and that's what the song means to them. So, like I said, as an artist, you put so much effort into like, oh, this is so clever, this line, and everyone's just like, yeah, fuck that. This reminds me of my mum, so this song is now for my mum.
Yeah.
Even if I wrote about my cat, it doesn't matter.
It depends what kind of fan you are. If you're a fair weather fan and you love the song comes on the radio and you're like, this is about me and my mum, awesome. That's definitely the approach you're going to take. If you're a fan who obsesses about everything to do with an artist because you latched onto them from one song, you streamed the entire discography, you've read every interview and stuff, you want to know.
I don't say. I'll give an example.
You don't reveal it.
Yeah, I don't really say. I don't think it's important. But I have a song called "Found" that it's one of the songs I'm known for, and people love to get married to this song. Like it's a very.
Tell me it's about your cat.
It's about my dead grandma.
Oh, the one who used to choose to call you every Saturday.
Yeah, the opening line on the song is, "What do I do with this love I found? What do I put in this hole inside the ground?" And people stay kissing to the song.
Oh my gosh! I still think that's beautiful.
It is.
It's an ode to your one of your first great female loves.
Yeah, so I think it's stunning too. But my point is, like, I've learned that my effort has to be for me. Like, it's not to. I think my job as an artist is to stay out of the way. I think say what I need to say, and then get out of the way. I think leave enough room for people to be the lead of the song. Like, people should be able to hear themselves in the songs. So, like, I need to give my soul what it needs, and then get out of the way, and let the music do what it needs to do.
You're gonna hate my next question, but I have to ask. Well, tell me what chain smoking is about.
Chain smoking, I have to think now. At the time when I wrote it, I think it just talks about like too much of anything can be bad for you.
The obsessive.
Yeah, like it's not. Like just because it presents itself as love doesn't mean it's good for you. And it was just that, that was my lesson at that time in my life. Like, I think I was in relationships where it would be like, oh, yeah, but I love you. And it's like, yeah, but you suck. It doesn't, like, I appreciate the love, but.
I just had something connect in my brain because I know you're a storyteller first. You see yourself as a storyteller over a musician. And you start the Record Village with chain smoking, and you end it with peace of mind.
Yeah.
And the start is the obsessive, I'm in this, I know it's not good for me, but I'm in it. And then the end is, I'm out of it. It's hard to not see you that way, but I'm not in love with you anymore.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. And, just going through all those emotions, I think led to the album being made. But, the story around chain smoking is just understanding that not all love is good love. Yeah.
I was watching the Be Good To Me music video, and not only is it just this cinematic genius piece, it's beautiful, it's also like when you actually look at it from the lens of this is a man fighting for freedom, it's quite harrowing.
Yeah.
But I also realised that you're a bit of a filmmaker.
I try.
Yeah. Are you going to make a movie?
Probably not. I've had a few options. I'm not comfortable wasting someone else's money. If it's my money, I don't want that. I don't like to be responsible for other people's stuff. My stuff, we do what we want. But if it's like once we're doing like once it's real, like there's actual responsibility, and people are like, hey, this needs to work. I'm not a fan.
Well, also, you don't get to be the creative leader when it comes to a film. There's stakeholders and shareholders and executive producers who will try and change the vision.
And it just I exclusively work with my friends. So once it's not fun, I'm not involved. Like, this needs to be fun for me. And when other people are relying on me to make it work, I kind of shy away from those.
So would you say you're having fun now?
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah. All these years, it's still pretty fun.
I find it so beautiful that one of the pushes that you had into music was because of your friend who passed away, who believed in you so much and was really trying to get you to pursue music. And I wonder if you ever feel a responsibility to keep pursuing music because of him.
Yeah, largely because he didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance. He passed away when he was 21. He didn't get a chance to. He died doing what he loved, so that's pretty cool.
What was he doing?
He was such a nerd. He was building churches in the Amazon. He was volunteering in the summer to
Doing God's work.
Yeah. So that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to help build schools, and he was doing this at 21. So he was a really special person. So he didn't get a chance to see that through. So I thought I'd give it a go, and that's kind of where I'm at with music. It's just I don't rely on music for anything other than just purpose. As long as I have stories to tell, I'll keep telling them. When I don't have anything I think is worth saying anymore, I'll pack it up and just do something else. But I enjoy the expression. I enjoy the opportunity to. I think that there's such magic in being able to pull a string of thought out of your mind, and it becomes tangible. That process to me it's just magic that I get to think stuff and make it happen. I think it's the coolest thing.
Especially when you start with a word, like you say, that's the thread, and then you pull.
It's a special thing. So and I wish my friend had the opportunity to, bring more things to life. So in his absence, I'll keep doing them until I get bored. Then I'm out.
That's a beautiful why, Have you ever fallen out of love with music?
I've fallen out of love with the process.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think not the music making part, the first single music video, the second single music video.
The label structure.
Yeah, I think that's just a bit boring. And is of no benefit to the type of musician that I am. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm never going to get first week numbers. It's engineered for you to have an impact on one specific day. My music has to be found. Someone needs to tell you about it. And it needs to kind of find you in a coffee shop somewhere. My music's made to be enjoyed alone. So the system doesn't really benefit people like myself. So I'm just bored of it. So that side of things, I'm not a fan.
So how do you navigate that? Because you still have to move within a music industry that works that way. You still have to have conversations with label people who think that way.
I've been independent for 4 or 5 years now. My last 3 projects I've done by myself. I've been fine.
So you don't distribute through a major? Why did I think you did? Sorry.
I did before they were. So I distributed through In Grooves. Then they became a major. I left because that's just not what I signed up for. It's just I signed up to work with an indie company. Then it got picked up by a major. So I parted ways, and now I distribute through Colors, who are really cool. And I distribute some projects through a bunch of indie distributors, but I don't I'm allowed to do what I want. I run it through my own label, and I just do what I want in a way that feels authentic to me. But yeah, the process was just a bit boring.
Okay, but say a major label comes to you and they say, you can keep your masters, here's a $3 million deal. We just want to help grow you and have your music reach more people. What do you say?
That's not possible. It's a sweet offer, but no one's giving you $3 million to just support your dreams. So sweet that you think that's possible.
I'm not saying that they are supporting your dreams and they'll take a cut, but you get to keep your masters.
And they're just going to be nice to me. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, I live in a little bit of a la la land.
They're just gonna be 3 M's and just be like, yeah, whatever you want.
There are a lot of artists right now who are negotiating deals with major labels where they get to own their masters. It's like that 360 deal is a thing of the past because kids have cottoned on and they've gotten smart.
Yeah, but not for $3 million. I'm stuck. It's just $3 million. I'm stuck on.
Yeah, but
everything
you're
else.
Jacob Banks. You could ask for that at this point.
But you have to pay the money back. Yeah. So even if they say you can keep your masters, it'll be like, yeah, but like we need to recoup at a certain percentage, and during that time we get to, we can just say, hey, turns out we spent an extra $3 million in marketing. There's no way for you to vindicate that information. It just becomes this whole thing.
I feel like you've had this conversation with labels before, perhaps.
I would take the $3 million though. That being said, I would.
But you've been in boardrooms and they've pitched, right?
If anyone's listening, if you have 3 M's, you could keep the masters. I wouldn't even. I won't even fight you on that.
Well, actually, I think you should still say no and instead get a brand deal, keep the masters, take whatever the money is for that brand affiliation instead.
I'm gonna take the $3 million. It doesn't matter wherever it is. Give me the 3 M's.
I had 3 million in my head because there's this AI artist that a major label just signed for 3 million, and it's AI music trained on I think it's called Suno, the AI generated music. And
nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I have the most anti-artist approach to it. It's like I couldn't care less. Like I care in a grand scheme of like it's taking jobs away from people, but like AI doesn't have perspective, so it could never be a threat to me. Like AI could never, like the moment, at least for me and my friends, the moment I know this is AI who made the song, it's not interesting to me anymore because I buy into an artist's perspective. AI can't have gone through these things, so it doesn't have any value to me. AI can't step on stage yet. AI can't, it lacks perspective. It needs to be given perspective. So, like anything, it's just a tool. And I think I think artists record on our laptops. We use Melodyne, we use Auto-Tune. I think it's a bit like we've been using, technology to enhance our careers. We post short form content on TikTok, hoping for gold. I think it was always going to be like this. But good luck to the AI people and all their friends. And me and my friends will keep doing what we're doing, and whatever happens, happens.
There's one cool way that some artists are using AI, and there's lots of cool ways, and you talked about them before. There's an artist called Lauv and Flavor Flav, and they are translating their songs into different languages using AI so that everyone globally can hear their songs in the way that it was intended.
But it's using their voice.
It's their voice, but changes their accent and what they say.
Fair enough. Yeah. Like, listen, everyone, get it how you live, boy. Like, I think there's enough to go around. I think obviously, as long as it's not harming people, then everyone should be allowed. And it's also like, I think it equalizes the playing field. So like, less than AI, let's talk about like TikTok or whatever. There's some kid in Sri Lanka who now has a genuine chance. Like if the song's good enough and your video is bright enough and you upload at 6 p.m. like you're told, you too could be Billie Eilish. That would have never happened before.
You don't need the gatekeepers to all take a chance on you and hit that big red button at the same time. You can find a community of people to do that for you.
Yeah, like if AI helps you write produce a track, the helps you with production, helps you to mix your songs, that you couldn't afford that before, or helps you with a music video idea or content idea. I'm like, it just levels the playing field. Like obviously if you're at the top, you hate it because it's leveling the playing field. But I think there's so many people who now have a genuine chance to catch up, and I wouldn't want to get in the way of that.
A lot of people say, the music industry's fucked. It's not helpful for artists. We have more career artists than before, meaning there are more artists in the world that are living off of their earnings from music solely than ever before.
Yeah, 100%. But it's just everyone's always complaining. I would say there was a lot to complain about, but I think you're better off trying to figure out how to leverage the situation than trying to figure out how it is a negative. At least that's what I think. But
yeah, use it as a tool.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the production in Village, because you had like a dream team with, I'm going to read this. You had Johan Carlson from Max Martin's Camp. You had No ID, who'd worked on Vince Staples and Gene Ico. You had Sultan and Shepard, Tegan and Sarah, David Guetta, some of the songs that they worked on, and then you yourself co-produced. Which one of those producers pushed you most outside of your comfort zone?
Good Lord. Well, they all gave it a good go. I think that, at least for me, I think that the better producers kind of amplify what's going on. I think with the type of artist that I am, it's more about creating a space. There was a guy I worked with called Malay. Malay's probably the one who created the best space for me. He produced all the Frank Ocean stuff.
That's why I know that name. Oh my gosh.
So, and we wrote Slow Up together. And he was just really good at creating the space. Like he didn't try to like shoehorn an idea. Like he just let the space be. And I think when you're working with an artist who is like harnessing stories, you can't really rush the process. It needs to be like, you have to allow them to feel safe enough to be like, hey, and this happened. And then you're like, oh, cool, like maybe we can explore that. It's just as much as being a good therapist as well as being a good producer for an artist like myself. Like if you're trying to churn out a hit single, it's a little bit different. I think if you're trying to churn out a song that's built in honesty and vulnerability, you have to, it's more about energy than skill. Because they'll already have this skill, but it's just that getting that temperature right in a room. But yeah, I think Malay was probably the best at creating that space.
And serving the song too.
Yeah.
And it's so easy for someone like him who works with so many incredible artists, who probably is an ideas machine, to come in and be like, there's this thing I've been tinkering with, or what do you think of this? To instead come in with a beginner's mind, a blank space, and let you paint on it.
Yeah, because I've worked with like incredible like dream level producers, and I've left with songs that at this time when I was under major label that they were gassed about, but I was like, oh, but this sounds like his song. It sounds like this producer's sound with me on there. Like it doesn't, like I'm not.
It's his song.
Yeah, it's his song, and he should probably keep it. And so that's what I mean. It's like, but that works for more pop leaning artists because you know that system works. But for me and what I'm trying to achieve, that's not a story that I need to tell.
That's an incredible realization about you as an artist, that so many artists would be like, oh, fuck, if it was a hit, like a hit's a hit, right? Yeah. Like this means I can tour more. This means I can have a longer career, a more successful career, buy a second house, whatever. But for you would forego that even if you knew that it had the potential to be a huge hit because it doesn't have you in it.
Yeah, but if a step further is I don't think I could communicate a hit.
It would come across
Yeah,
inauthentic.
it would. People would listen to it and be like, "That's just what's he doing?" Like
It sound like AI.
Yeah,
You can't
pretty
feel it.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Like it would. Yeah, it would be inauthentic that it wouldn't be a hit.
Yeah.
It would be so left of center. You know, what's he doing?
I feel that when I hear some songs where the artist singing it has had nothing to do with the writing, or perhaps just can't put themselves in the situation that the song is about. And then you hear songs where an artist has like deeply felt that thing and experienced that thing, and I'm with them.
Yeah, 100%.
When you look back, because it's now 7 years ago that Village was released, what have you outgrown from that time? And I know you don't like to look back, and I know I'm making you.
What have I outgrown? All my clothes, definitely. Good Lord.
You more buff now?
Yeah, it used to be snatched, but you know, life happens. But I now almost exclusively work alone. I think that's the major difference from that time. Like I said earlier, during that time it was mainly going from city to city, spending months and days at a time in a studio with different producers and trying to just kind of, it was more like there was a system to it. Like you did 100 sessions to find 10 good songs, and there you go, you have your album. But COVID happened, and I just finally got a studio in my house, and I can't do a session anymore. I just can't.
You don't collaborate?
No, not until the song's done. So
Well, that's not really collaboration.
I mean, it is. Like
You
I
don't
would,
co-songwrite.
yeah. If they happen to come to my house and sit down, we could do it. But like now it's like the moment has to strike. I have to feel like the song needs me to make it happen. And in that time, I can't reach out to anyone. Like it's already happening, and like I'm already in labor. So it's like it's late.
So you're not like a disciplined songwriter who's like every day at 8 a.m. I'm gonna do this, even if I have no inspiration. You're waiting for the song to come to you.
Yeah, God no. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I used to, but I think you can skip that process once you've done your whatever many hours is required. You can I stay connected. So like I'm always connected. Like I could hear something in an elevator and like I pull my phone out, do a voice note. Like I'm never detached. So something will happen, I'll be on fucking TikTok and I'll hear a chord progression. I'm like, well, that's just my day done. Like whatever I was doing now has to stop. Go into my studio, get the audio, chop up some samples. I'll write the whole song, and then I would get a producer to come in.
Have you had anything happen here in Australia that you've heard or seen that you've done a quick voice
I had
note?
something in the airport when we landed today. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I'm sure. But
That you overheard something, or
yeah,
or a lyric came to you, or
yeah. What the fuck was it? I'll find out later. But I heard something that was beautiful. And it was, I tell you, I know what it was. I was watching a video, and this lady addressed her parents as ghosts because they're not with us anymore. And I had this line for a song, which is like, all my heroes are ghosts. And I just wrote like a couple lines, and I'll come back to it when I get home. So it's like that for me.
yeah,
It's very
no one
like,
steal it. That was fucking good.
I mean, it's fine. And it's just like, so it's that's how it works for me. It's just, it feels, I feel more like a medium than an artist. I feel like writing for me feels more like remembering a song than creating one. I feel like the songs already exist. My job is just to pull them down. And
Does it feel spiritual like that?
100%, yeah. It feels I don't deserve to write any of the songs I write. I don't. Just as a person, I don't think I've earned the performance of it.
Even if you believe that, God, higher power, whatever, would not have given you the voice that he has given you and would not have made you the conduit for those songs.
We'll never know. But I don't feel like, at least from my artist friends, I'm not like I spent most of my days playing Call of Duty and FIFA. Like I spend very little of my time being Jacob Banks. Like it's like a non-event for me. Like when people are like, oh, Jacob Banks, I'm like, where? I'm like it's such a minuscule part of my life. And that's what I mean. It's not like I couldn't care less. I really couldn't. Like it's important to me, but it's not a defining moment for me.
There's this saying, I am not what I do. And it's something that I always try to hold on to because I need to make sure, I personally don't want to raise a family. I don't want to have children. And I need to make sure that my life doesn't become everything about me. I need to remember that I'm a great partner and a great sister and a great daughter and I love boxing and all these other fun things. And you have a similar thing with music in that, and it's going to be your superpower because if things change, if you're not able to tour or you can't find that song through the medium anymore, for you as a medium, I mean, then you won't feel hopeless.
Yeah, like, back again to what I noticed that a lot when COVID happened. I seen like a lot of people that I know who have defined themselves by their work. It's like, hi, I'm Jeff, I do this. And then now you don't have that thing. It's just Jeff. And then you have nothing. You have no other way to introduce yourself because you identified so deeply with the work that you did. And then you're left. They've taken it away from you and everything's loud.
And who is Jeff?
Yeah, who's there when Jeff isn't doing insert job, and I was grateful that I had a time during COVID, had a great time, because it's like this is fine. Like I'm okay with my effort. Obviously, I'm sad that the world is where it's at, but like this has never defined me, and I'll be okay whatever happens.
What do you think you'll do if there comes a time when the songs stop coming in and you stop being a conduit?
I'll try help somebody else. Yeah, I think I'll probably just try
Be the village.
Yeah, I'll just probably be like, oh, whoever's next up, if they need, some notes, I'll facilitate. Yeah. Or I'll just continue playing Call of Duty.
I just imagined you saying, oh yeah, the songs just come to you, like do that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all my notes. All my notes. Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah. So you've closed the book on Yonder, your 3-part anthology. What's next musically? I know what's next. More Call of Duty, more FIFA. But
Amen. I'm finishing a project right now that I want to put out before the end of the year. Just cause, like, there's no real reason. Just not doing anything else.
Project? What does that mean?
Who knows? I genuinely, who knows?
I thought Yonder was a project.
Yeah, I call everything projects. People like to understand it better by saying EPs or album. Like these are just children to me. Like I'm giving birth at some point this year.
So it's a bunch of songs.
Yeah, and I just want to share them, and I don't know when else I'll do it, but they're calling out to me, and just wrapping them up, and hopefully have it out at some point this year and see what happens.
Beautiful. Is it a singular theme?
Yeah, this is a lot more easy listening. I wanted to create something that isn't like shouting at you. Like you can just be a part of the experience. And it came about from like conversations I was having around like love and life with other people. It's it's one of the few times, which has happened a few times in the past, where I'm writing more about someone else's experience through me. Like, yeah, like it's not like stuff that I'm going through, but it's stuff that I've been a part of. Yeah. And it's been really fun to do. I really enjoyed using that part of my brain and settling into my soulful bag. I think I've always shied away of being like committed to like 100% soulful song, because I feel like I didn't have a right to to do that.
Why?
I think I was just younger. I think I don't want to hear like sitting on the dock of the bay from a 23-year-old. I don't.
You feel like you needed life experience.
Yeah, I think you need to be seasoned before you can like start saying certain things.
You need to have seen some shit.
Yeah, and I feel like okay, like yeah, like I think I can throw my hat in the ring and really settle into my old man bag now. So it is what it is.
I am so here for it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. That was such a lovely conversation for me. Thank you.
Thank you.